The second snapshot for Minecraft 26.3 brought us plenty of news for custom world generation, but also a new block transformer item component. My name is Sliced Lime, and this is a showcase of the news. Let's start with the block transformer. It is a new item component that describes how an item transforms blocks, like when a shovel turns grass into a path, or an axe strips a log. The format for this type of component is fairly complex and allows for setting everything from the block transformation itself to any loot dropped, durability damage, and even the sound it makes. The block transformation itself is driven by the block state provider field, which is a world generation type block state provider. Together with this, there is a new loot table used by the hose, till/rooted dirt. In command news, the success message of the teleport command broke in the previous version and said it always teleported 0 players. That is fixed in this version. And some tag news. The turns into dirt path block tag are all blocks that can turn into path blocks when transformed by a shovel. And the douses fire tag controls which items can douse a lit campfire. 2 tags have also been removed: Overworld Carver replaceables and Nether Carver replaceables. And that leads us to the changes in world generation. And why not start with the Carvers then? Much like features in the previous snapshot, the configured Carver registry is now called Carver, and the fields that previously lived in the config field now live in the top level of the file. Like indicated by the removed tags, Carvers now replace any block, but they run before the feature placement, and so carve away only at the base terrain. The types of carvers have also been updated, with the Nether Cave carver type removed and folded into the Cave carver type. This also means the Nether caves are no longer filled with cave air. Cave and Canyon carver types both also have a number of format changes, with both renamed fields and new fields added. In the noise settings, the spawn target field has been updated and can now use any density function. The suitability of a candidate's spawn position is determined by evaluating the squared Euclidean distance to a set of target hypercubes in the arbitrary n-dimensional space defined by the list of targets. A couple of value provider changes. There's now a very biased to bottom int provider and a relative to sea level vertical anchor. There's also a new block predicate type, height range, which checks if the current placement position is within a certain range defined by a min and max vertical anchor. The rest of the changes are all related to feature placement. The random offset placement modifier has been renamed to offset and now sports individual x, y, and z int provider fields instead of xz spread and y spread. There's an overlay feature, which works similarly to the sequence feature in that it places multiple other features in the same origin, but a major difference is that overlay will place all the given features regardless of whether placement succeeds or fails. Remaining features are generalized and now configurable features from part of the Nether generation. There's a single block pillar, which places a pillar going up or down. You can also specify a chance evaluated for each block of the pillar continuing, and a cap feature, which represents a feature placed wherever the pillar ends. The projected random patchy square feature type generates a square where each space is randomly chosen whether it should exist or not depending on its distance from the center. Each block can then also be projected down a certain height if the conditions are right. The stepped column cluster feature is a generalized version of the basalt columns in the Nether and provides plenty of configurability about how high and wide it should generate, as well as what should be replaced. And finally, a random neighbor spread feature is a configurable version of the glowstone blob generation and generates a branching structure starting from a single block, with a set number of attempts at generating new blocks that touch exactly one block of the right type. A couple of feature-related bugs have also been fixed, with the game no longer detecting feature cycles that aren't there, and now once again allowing multiple instances of some feature types without any configurable values, like the no-op feature. There's also a new block state provider to go along with all of this, the copy properties provider. It copies all the common properties of the block already at a position in the world into the state that is now being placed there, as given by the block state provider field. In resource pack news, it's all about order independence translucency shaders, which have meant some large changes of shader files. One important thing to note is that the post-effect chain that belonged to the old improved transparency mode and that many packs love to abuse for all kinds of things has been removed. There is no replacement in this snapshot, although there will be some form of more supported replacement at some point in the future. And that's all for the changes in this version. Thank you for watching. My name is Sliced Lime, and I'll see you next time.